Illinois is on the bottom ranking in a lot of different categories. We've all heard it too much. I just want you to know, as a citizen, it hurts every time we hear another headline that says we're the 47th in this or 49th in that. And education funding is one. The election, political reining in of donations is another area. How do you think the new governor is faring at this point? And what if you, I know you do have his ear, I'm sure you do have his ear, but what would be the main suggestion you'd make to the governor at this point in time?
Well, one suggestion after we conclude our business is that he should come on your radio show. I think it'd be good for him and good for the people of our community to...
It'd be great for Live from the Heartland.
I think that one thing that I know from dealing with Governor Quinn, and one thing that when I ask people kind of randomly what they think, is he's an honest guy.
Everybody feels that way.
He's an honest guy, and he's trying hard. I think that his challenges are, as the governor, trying to rein in some of the waste in government and trying to advance some of these proposals like the income tax increase in a climate that is, it's an anti, the Tea Party people are out there whooping it up.
Are they? In Springfield?
Not in, I would say they're in some of these areas in the suburbs. They're trying to whoop it up. So my point is that he's got a lot of issues to deal with in a short period of time, and I think he's doing the best he can. He's trying to bring some competent people in government to help him with that. So I support him, and I'm trying to help him in a lot of different areas. But I think he needs to kind of get out and talk to the people and get focused. And I think that once there's an election that's going to be up in the fall, and it's going to be a stark contrast to different people. Bill Brady, very conservative senator from downstate Illinois, and Pat Quinn. And I think that he's been getting his bearings, Governor Quinn, which is huge challenges facing him, and sometimes not all the support in the world, not people trying to pull for him. So I'm trying to help him in every way I can, and but also let him know about issues that we care about in our community.
The other thing that we are concerned about here in Chicago is Mayor Daley. Basically, he pulled a few tricks on the populace in the last few years, such as the whole parking meter thing that everybody cusses them out daily when they putting quarters in the boxes a half a block from their car and all that sort of thing. But we had a person on the show last week who was saying, watch out, Mayor Daley's looking to privatize your water supply. Now, between hearing things like that and the Little Village environmental justice folks who are working to both educate people about how to protect our water supply as well as become good stewards of it. How many fights are we all supposed to fight at the same time in terms of our political representation? I mean, we elect people. They should be working for us. And then it turns out, gee whiz, we got to fight them just to keep our businesses open or something like that. It's a rough time to be a part of the electorate as opposed to be an elected official. How do you convince young and old alike from moving away from the cynicism and that they do have about participating at all? The number of people who participated in the primary down.
Well, one of the other good things we did this year is we moved the primary back to March, a little bit warmer.
Thank you.
Closer to St. Patrick's Day. But let me say this.
Before or after St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know. I'm not sure
That's
the exact
really key,
date. I
Harry.
know. Well, it won't be in February, so you don't have to go through the Arctic snow to get to the polling place.
Yeah.
I think the turnout was abysmal for lots of reasons. I think that, I would point to President Obama's election and the enthusiasm that was there, and he was able to pass a health care reform, not in, quite frankly, the form that many of the people here would prefer, but it was a major step in the right direction.
Yep.
That happened only because people got off their duffs and got engaged. I think that there's a fall election where people are going to have that opportunity. I think there'll be a February election where people have that opportunity. And it's important for...
You mean a March?
No, I think there's an election for city stuff in February
right.
of next year. So I think that it's important for neighbors and constituents to talk to their elected officials, voice their concerns. I think Joe Moore just did a participatory budget where people got a chance to voice their issues on where money's spent.
We loved that. We did.
But I think that, on the other side, for elected officials, it's important that they stay in tune with the issues that are important for them. And whether it's crime, whether it's education, whether it's public transportation, we have to get out there and listen to what's important, and then not just listen, but act and do what's right and follow up and make things happen. So it's a challenging time all the way around for business people, for families. People are struggling, but together, if we can work on good things together, things can happen even in a bad time. So it's a give and take on both ends.
State Representative Harry Osterman, it's great to have you back on the stage. How are the kids?
Kids are great, all three. My little daughter Katy was with me in Springfield last week.
I'm waiting for Katy to show up here with her brothers for dinner.
They will, and they will each out of house and home here too. So it's great to be back here, and I'll keep everybody updated on the next 6 weeks. And
yeah, please do, and we'll have you back before the election to size up, how it's shaping, so that we can encourage people to actually participate.
You need to participate because, quite honestly, if you're not voting, other people, their voices are heard and yours are not. And
That's
I think
right.
It's important for people to stay engaged. And I think even in these challenging times with the budget, people need to raise their voices about what's important and where we want our state to go.